We're not credit score driven when we underwrite. We're credit history driven, okay? So we've turned down people who had 700 credit scores or above because the other things didn't fit. And when you look at the credit report, which is something that we need to do, that tells your payment history, right, on all the bills that you've had. We know that things happen. We know that things have happened to all of us, right, over the course of our credit history. So that's why we walk it through. That's why we talk through the underwriting process. If we have any questions, we ask you, right? As long as you're forthcoming with us about what happened, we're able to make the necessary decisions about A, are you approved? And then where do you fall within our rate and our point range, right? But it's always by looking at you as an individual borrower first, right? It all starts with that. And we're all different, just like what you expect from ROI is different to everybody. So we approach it that way. And we realize that things happen. So we're much more concerned about your credit history than your credit score. And it shows us how you pay your bills, particularly how you pay your recent bills, which obviously would be indicative of how you're likely to pay us, right? So that's always the approach. It's very common sense driven, but it's common sense driven based on, hey, can you tell me a little bit more about what happened here, right? I don't see mortgage history on your credit. Do you rent? Sometimes folks live with their parents, right? Or they live with a sibling, or however that goes. They don't pay rent, right? That's a big difference. It's really important to know that, right? Not only do you not have a mortgage, but you don't pay rent because you have this arrangement worked out. Just like when we ask for verification of assets, sure, I want to see where's the money coming from for this deal? But if you've got $250,000 in your 401k or your self-directed IRA, whatever the case may be, that goes to show us how you look at saving, how important that is to you, right? So it gives us a broader picture of what our borrowers look like. So it's always all things considered, right? And oftentimes that's not just based on standard metrics, right? It's not just based on standard numbers. Everybody in this room is an individual and everybody approaches their finances a different way. As your lender, it's our obligation, and I wouldn't want to work with a lender that didn't look at it this way, as to how do you approach your finances, right? And we'll be the first ones to say, are you comfortable taking this on, right? I'm seeing $4,000 coming in based on your 9-to-5 job, right? You've got $5,000 in bills. This monthly interest payment's going to be $800. No movies, no food, right? How's that work? So, it really is looking at the whole picture, and that's the approach that we take.